Red Alert 2 World Cup action coming at you guys. We are here with a couple of the best players in the world in our semi-final game. We got Lgnd, the God of Thunder, facing off against our reigning World Cup Blitz champion, Qien, the Octo Kid. The winner of this goes on to the finals. The loser of this takes that long, sad walk home. Any of you guys unfamiliar, we do have 3 different game modes. We have Yuri's Revenge, regular Red Alert 2, and the Blitz game mode, which is what we're playing today. Basically just smaller maps, faster game speed, and more action as you're about to see. Strap in, guys. This ends up being one of the most exciting, closest Blitz matches I have ever seen in my entire life. Let's go. In that ranking, I wouldn't say, but Legend's been hungry this month, so you never really know. Qien could be out of form, Lgnd could be in form. How you feeling, Snark? Who's taking it home?
I mean, dude, the Octo Kid is the Blitz Lgnd, and we're seeing it here with an extremely aggressive opening position. This conscripts perfectly. Gonna try to get an early hit on that oil, which does affect the economy. I like the aggression here out of Qien.
Yeah, both players building right towards that center. That's the meta. You guys can type that red or yellow in the chat. Let's see how you guys are feeling in the chat. Type red or yellow. The bot will log your prediction. We can see how you guys are feeling. Both players building right towards that center. You cannot build off these oils right away. So if you want to get up some pressure in the middle, you got to build towards it. Almost identical builds, but you will see Qien came out with the second War Factory about a year before Lgnd. And now Qien is going broke because of it. Too much fodder. And I love all the conscripts that this map pulls out. They can make or break these games. So okay. Oh, both players just have their conscripts on the front lines. You don't see this much in games. It's fun to see a different tactic here. Oil.
Absolutely. Double oil opening does allow you to open up really aggressively with double War Factory and plenty of conscripts. We see Qien dialed in, knows the strategy on this map, and we love to see all this infantry. Don't see it enough in this game.
And this, you got to feel like this was how the game could have been played in a different world. Without dogs, you have these infantry, and the way you saw there, the way Qien sat on the backside of his infantry, he let his conscripts protect him while his tanks took out the oil. I love that, and I love it just because, again, the conscripts, they never get to have fun like this. They're usually in the back smoking cigarettes somewhere in a paradrop, getting nothing done. It's fun to see, and both players do have their paradrops coming and just reinforcing the front lines, just doubling down in this zone. Now, the pro players never take the genetic mutator, but I think on this map, especially because you have this early conscript action, the genetic mutator is viable. It doesn't take any power, and you could get about 1 billion brutes right now. But yeah, you never see the pros take it. Okay, the slave miner comes in.
And Lgnd grabs the slave miner there. The conscript wars does continue. Lgnd doing a really nice job defending here. Now, we will remember he did lose an oil earlier on, but he at least got good value in this engagement. Lgnd's still just a little bit behind.
Yeah, it's just a bit, but he's doing a great job playing that middle. Again, guys, that slave miner, any of you guys who don't know, that crate that comes out, that slave miner can deploy into an oil. It can be used, you can send it into your enemy's base, you can take it back to your base. There's a few ways to use it, but oftentimes in the pro level, it just kind of becomes fodder. Lgnd now way up on conscripts, but is behind on rhinos, and Qien with the higher ground here, I think. But the fodder. Oh, Lgnd's conscripts doing work. Oh, but Qien, nice unit control. Lgnd's army going to go down here and not able to pull back in time. Is going to probably need to switch over to drones here. He's got 4 war factories, so he could materialize some drones quickly if he wants to. Doesn't make that switch over, though.
Absolutely a phenomenal defensor for Qien, and now he's on the offensive, getting War Factory already has value. Lgnd, not sure how he's going to recover from this one.
Didn't go over to drones. He is gonna. Oh, and Qien has another wave coming.
The elite.
The elite goes.
Lgnd does push off this wave, but like you said, another wave. Qien's gonna get another oil, put Lgnd even further behind on economy. Both of them on 5 war factories at the moment, but Qien with a raging economy, and he just won't stop his offensive here.
Yeah, and the reinforcements coming, but Lgnd does hold. I mean, at the top level, oftentimes it can be a slippery slope. You make the switch over to drones, and you keep yourself alive, but it's really hard to keep yourself in the game longer. The longer you're building drones, the less chance you are to survive, to win the game, even if you are going to survive that initial attack. So I mean, obviously, you don't want to smash that panic button and go over to drones too early, but in that case, Lgnd might have lost a little bit less, but Lgnd doing it the old-fashioned way, still pumping out the rhinos. He's not going broke. Lgend's not going broke. I mean, the difference between 10K and 500 isn't as big. The big difference is when you start hitting 0. So as long as Lgend's not going broke, he is still producing. Qien now, Qien with a 2 war factory advantage.
But the Deso comes out, and all the fodder gets melted in that radiation zone. Yeah. Beautiful move out of Lgnd, popping out that radar now. This does mean he's behind on war factories. Qien has 8 war factories at the moment. Will Lgnd be able to hold off this offensive as he loses another war factory on the retreat?
Yeah, and at this point for Lgnd, I'd say if he can use this game to get a good warm-up in, so he doesn't carry any tilt into the next series. That would be great. He's going to bring that Deso. Oh, and Qien. Wow, that was nice map awareness. Legend was trying to bait Qien through that zone to blow the Deso, and Qien did not take the bait. Oh, Deso on the top side, though. That's going to get a lot of chip damage. But Legend
just value these conscripts in the bottom right, trying to sneak something through.
Oh,
but
and he's
Qien
got
with just too many rhinos.
And Legend tracking those conscripts with the Desolator. Yeah, Legend got himself warmed up. Soviet versus Soviet, very, very tough. Yeah, and we do actually have the majority of people who voting on Legend. Yeah, I mean, just no matter how you kind of look at it, generally speaking, elo ratings, etc. Yeah, Qien definitely the favorite, and that's how, you know, in a tournament like this, that's how it's set up. You know, you have the lower ranked players playing early, like, you know, Qien is playing Legend because Legend goes in this tournament as the 3-4 seed, whereas Qien going in as the 1 seed. Anyway, so here on the Spark map, Allied versus Allied, this is a fun map, and it plays well for both factions, but I made it the Allied versus Allied map just because I think it's kind of fun to watch how players use their GIs and how they use the back alley here. Qien opening some GIs, Legend not. Legend out with an early...
That's exactly right, but Legend is doing the counter to the GI opening, which is going early Rocketeers. Now we're going to watch both of these guys' economy. Legend obviously going to go broke a little bit faster going for Rocketeers first, but he only makes... Well, he just made a third one. I was about to say he was being frugal with his spending there, but he needs to watch his economy. As Allied, it is so easy to go broke.
Yeah, and the AFC advantage is huge. Now, Qien, for a long time in Blitz, it used to be AFC. Whoever got the first one out, got the first 3 Eagles, they would win. Now, there is a newer strategy now at the top level. Qien will delay his AFC, but he'll just prepare to build multiple. Like, Qien will get behind on Eagles, but as soon as he wants to go Eagles, he'll have so much money, he'll just build 2 or 3 AFCs and get himself back in the Eagle race. Both players putting themselves broke right now. Slight Rocky advantage and a few GIs. Oh, the GIs are going to go down. Wow, Qien lets his GIs get sloppy there. Tank advantage, though, for Qien.
Positioning there. Oh, sends in the Rocketeers right on top of the IFV. Now, with a great pillbox defense, but Qien comes out way on top of this battle with no IFV left for Legend, no air defense, and his economy completely devastated here. Qien is just going to take this one home super fast.
All right, guys, so now over to Toothpick. So Qien now with Allied, Legend with Soviet. You gotta think if Legend can get one up, he's gonna do it on the back of Rhinos, overpowering Qien's Grizzlies. But this map, so many, again, map awareness, map experience. Does Legend have it? We'll see.
Well, Toothpick is a very interesting map here with so many options. We're seeing Legend go for the hyper-aggressive approach where he builds right off that power plant towards his opponent's base here. Qien doing the same thing on the left here, but usually serves the Soviet player a little bit better.
Yeah, I think you need to push. You know, this critical middle zone here, you see these bumps, you can't build into it. So if players can get their army in here and control this center, you can jab on the left, dangle on the right, kind of try to pick an opening and get something done. A few GIs just being annoying on that left side for Qien. I think that's a good idea to pull his attention here. All these buildings are burning, so you can't fortify them. Just keep that in mind, guys. So the GIs are not going to be able to fortify anything. Second War Factory now for Legend, and our unit counter's working. Nice.
Perfect macro there from Qien as he came in with those GIs. As soon as the sentry gun came up, he immediately switched to the other direction, forcing Legend to make 2 sentry guns on the left-hand side here, and still all 5 GIs are alive somehow.
All the GIs are, and that's why you call him the Octo Kid, man. He's just messing around. Oh, the MCV dive! The MCV dive! Oh,
Qien.
And that's why that middle position is so scary. The offensive player can just spring down and grabs the MCV. And Qien, I was about to say, yeah, that's why you call him the Octo Kid. He's messing around with GIs. It doesn't matter. But Qien maybe getting a little bit cocky here as Legend finds a gap in the armor for just a split second. And that's what we're talking about at the top level. If a window of opportunity opens, it's only this big and it only lasts a second. And you got to shoot down and make it happen. Legend puts one on the board. We might have ourselves a game here. Your air, even your naval can get so much value late game. Definitely viable for the Allied player to build back and protect themselves a little bit, particularly that right side, you got to think. But yeah, Qien, yeah, the thing is, you know, once you get up by a couple easy wins, it's not about being cocky or messing around. It's just like, you know, it's human nature. If you're backed into a corner and you're about to be killed, you're going to have some more energy. And when you're up 2-0 and you're beating your opponent like that, you lose a little bit of energy. You know, it's hard to stay perfectly focused. So Legend caught Qien sleeping a little bit there, and we might get ourselves a ball game here if Legend can make something happen with Allied.
Exactly right, and Legend doing Qien's mistake in the previous game, building out instead of building in, and this is going to allow Qien to grab early map control. We'll see if Legend handles this a little bit differently, going for early AFC, a bit of Rocketeer value here. We're going to see how Qien responds to this. Qien building straight down the right side, straight towards Legend's base. He's going aggressive here as the Soviet player.
Yeah, and Legend, again, opening that AFC, opening those Rockies, you gotta think, the Blitz economy is an interesting thing. It's tempting to think, oh, well, why not just go AFC, then build the oils? The problem is, as soon as you go broke, it is a vicious cycle. Oh, does snipe out that flak track. He's got one Rocky,
I mean,
he's got...
You've noticed that, Ivor, the way the flakjack was like trying to run away and dodge, and Legend didn't click it until he was sure he could hit it. So the micro out of these guys is insane right now.
Oh, I missed it. Yeah, so the little stutter step with the Eagle. Yeah, the Eagle versus Flak that time does miss hard on those bumps there. And Qien about to be on the doorstep here. Legend with a couple proactive pillboxes and a forward Flak cannon. Yeah, that's a good move. I mean, you saw Legend.
It's very simple. Yeah. It's very simple. Legend just needs some infantry here in this corner where Qien is trying to build towards him. Not sure why he's not making this infantry. The Eagles are going to be completely useless with that forward flag cannon, like you mentioned. I want to see Legend. He has 2 snipers out of the barracks. He needs some GGIs here.
Some GGIs could be good. The defensive pair drop perfectly positioned. Pillbox, and now Qien's sentry guns joining the fight, which is annoying. And now Legend just got his economy behind him. I think he was trying to be a little bit frugal early on there to not go broke. And now he has money behind him. He needs to start spending it. Can he start spending GIs? He gets a Prism Tower out. Can he keep building? So Grizzly's coming. Legend can hold this position. He has the money. Again, that barracks can be working for him now, but he came into this mid game with that mindset that he didn't have money. And he's still playing like it. The barracks AFK, another sniper comes out. The sniper helping so no fodder can crowd that Prism Tower. Snark, is that Prism Tower the most valuable Prism Tower you've ever seen in your life?
That has got to be the most clutch Prism Tower on the planet. Legend did forget about his Eagles for a little bit, but definitely shut down that offensive. And without that Prism Tower, I think it's safe to say that he would have lost.
The oil
missed.
The oil walk. The oil walk. Oils are now in Legend's base. Legend needed to destroy that oil, and Qien is now building oils into Legend's base, and now sentry gunning into Legend's base. And now Legend cannot destroy this oil. It will take his MCV with it. Legend runs down to take the MCV. Oh my goodness, this game is wacky. That MCV is going down.
Oh man, that is insane. So Legend gets the MCV, putting him in a strong position. Normal oil lock for Qien. These oils are safe. Legend can't destroy them without destroying his own base. Now he's trying to ult the War Factory. War Factory gate saved, but it's only 2 War Factories versus an allied player that still has his MCV, a barracks, an AFC. The Elite is coming in. If Qien can get anything done,
can he snipe that Elite? He missed. Oh, he snipes the Elite with the Eagles. He snipes the Elite with the Eagles. So Legend has to hold here. Now this oil base walk, these oils in your own base can be incredibly annoying. Again, you cannot, there's only one thing to do is to destroy them. They're going to blow up your own base. However, Legend doesn't have Qien doesn't have the MCV. So these oils are neutralized. They're just in his base. The Eagles still doing work. A ton of fodder. I think Legend, wow.
Dude, this is insane. Legend is AFK. This fodder is insane. There are Rocketeers coming in to help clear this fodder. He dives in, crushes most of the dogs. Can he get the flag track? Legend defends this offensive, and I'm afraid that might have been Qien's last trick, although the conscripts are coming down to the bottom right.
Snipers, though. I think, yeah, Legend's already got the snipers out. He knows. The thing is, he already has snipers, and he knows he can build snipers. You know, sometimes you see that little lapse where players forget they have snipers. Legend's already been building them, so he knows he has them. So expect to see a few more snipers come out here. Conscripts on the left side, conscripts on the right, and Qien. Oh my gosh. Oh, that flak track. Nice micro, that flak track tripping down those Rockies. The Rockies a nice anti-infantry here. But all Legend has to do is hold.
Yeah, at this point, I don't see how Qien's going to get this one done. Toothpick is Legend's map today. On the right-hand side, Legend a little bit late to respond here. Flak track does get sniped out by the Rocketeers.
What's Legend doing?
Pushing in. A little bit AFK, but he still has more than enough tanks to defend this. He might lose his MCV. It doesn't really matter at this point, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Although if he does lose his barracks, that might hurt a little bit. At the end of the day, Legend should still have it. He does have another barrack, so it really doesn't matter. I mean, whatever Qien does, nice offensive there. Did get the MCV, good value. Not enough, too little, too late.
Yeah, and so now you see Legend being careful. He wants to click down these tanks, then he's going to go for the war factories and just kind of cut that off. He could take the barracks first, honestly, just because of Qien's infantry is being so annoying. And Legend's, I think Legend's toying with him a little bit here. Some cocky moves from Legend. to be down in a series and barely pulling out a game. But he's being like a little bit cocky, I feel like, just kind of stringing Qien along a little bit. I guess he's playing it smart, but it comes off with an air of cockiness, I feel like, from Lgnd. I like it though. He got the energy. He didn't want to just beat Qien there. You know, he really beat Qien, you know? Yeah.
Well, after you're down 2-0, for Lgnd, it does become personal, and that's when Lgnd is at his greatest, right there.
Yeah, so this map was created by Berg. Every month, Berg kept saying, Ivor, all your maps are the same, all your maps are the same. I said, Berg, make your own map. But I said it in a real nice way, and Berg said, okay, and then he made this map, which is incredibly unique. Players loved it. We had awesome games. It's a great map. So big shout out to Berg. Berg, the man himself, putting this one together. It's a rendition of obviously an existing map, but it was blitzified. So the crate up on the top middle here gives a disc, a Yuri disc. Start with a power plant. You start with an oil, some destroyed bridges. Airport in the middle gives money, a paradrop, and power, maybe? I forget. It does something. This was just last month. I wasn't around. Anyway, we'll see Soviet versus Allied. Lgnd bringing the Rhinos right down. And I feel like Lgnd, this is one of those maps where if you don't know it well, you don't know it well. And I'm not sure Lgnd does. He might just try to send some Rhinos down the throat and get lucky early here. We'll see.
Yeah, well, that kind of thing isn't really going to work against Qien, although we did see it work once against the Octo Kid, but you're not going to catch the Octo Kid with the same trick twice. It just ain't going to happen here. So Lgnd using the Soviet advantage, grabbing early map control, which is exactly what we want to see. Looking for opportunities coming from the top side now. Just the little Rhino dance.
Yeah, and I think this map... See, I always avoid maps like this because I'm so scared of turtling maps, of campy maps.
Rocketeer coming for the NG.
Oh.
Rocketeer coming for the NG. Rocketeer coming for
Run!
the NG.
Put the briefcase above your head! Oh, you got to put the briefcase above your head. Come on, buddy. You know that.
We're getting a bit of lag here. Maybe I'll step out. You want to stream on Discord?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. That is weird. Let's see if that helps it. Okay, I can't switch over right in it though, Snark, so you just have to watch.
Yeah, I'll go. Keep going.
So,
yeah.
So he does snipe out the flag track. So snipes out the flag track, open things up for the Rockies. Yeah. So on this map, these bottlenecks here, I feel like the Soviet players should be working off the higher ground on this higher ledge. But Qien getting nice and established, and now he'll build some sentry guns right into this bridge. And Qien. This is tough. I mean, Qien's just going to camp himself in. He is kind of jabbing into the middle, but he can just... Oh, and the flag tracks, or the Eagles continue to take out flag tracks. So annoying for the Soviet player to have to cancel their Rhinos, build more flag tracks. And Lgnd, I think Legend's just like, fuck this. I'm not going to move into a mid-late game against an Allied player who's turtling. He's hungry, but he knows he can't take a bite. This hut's totally juiced. Oh my, he gets smoked. Those are money crates. Lgnd gets smoked by lightning.
Oh, man.
Okay, does get some money. Eagles are out, still only one AFC, so these Eagles can only do so much. They can't get a war factory, they can't get oils. Legend's out with one flat cannon. Generally speaking, if you're gonna be moving into a late game versus an Allied player, you got to start building that flat cannon dome a little bit earlier. Legend's 4 war factories. This map, man. Once you turtle in, oh my God, there's a disc crate on the top, and the players are not grabbing it. The top, dude, okay, it's one thing to not grab my V3 rocket crates. I don't blame you for that. This is a disc. Lgnd just got the disc. Lgnd just got the disc.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
There's no anti-air. There's no anti-air. Oh, Qien's going to be so pissed. Qien's going to be so pissed. What's he doing?
Oh, man.
So he's going to pull it. I feel like he could have got something. Oh, he scrambled the IFVs pretty quick there. He brings the disc home as a souvenir. Okay. Naval out, and look at Qien here. Look at sneaky battle lab. See how he built it off on a map like this? A player oftentimes won't get a great scout. It's possible Lgnd doesn't know that battle lab's there, and Lgnd goes right down that lower bridge. And now into Qien's base. Qien out with an aircraft carrier. Aircraft carrier out. Lgnd in Qien's base. Too many Rhinos. You gotta think these Rhinos. Yep, Rhinos coming out on top. Aircraft carrier too little, too late. Didn't even need the disc. Snark. Didn't even need the disc. Lgnd just goes up. He doesn't want to have to win Allied points. That's really tough for Lgnd in Blitz. He likes to win his Soviet points, bring it to match point, and win only with Soviet, which is possible when you go back and forth like this. So now Lgnd, Lgnd can lose his allied point here, and that's the first time in the series where he's had that opportunity. He can lose this, and we'll go to match point. But of course, Lgnd would love to prove something here, winning an allied point and putting Qien, knocking Qien, the reigning World Cup champion, out of the tournament in the semifinal game. Oof. All right, let's see if Qien can shake himself awake here.
Indeed, indeed. I'm telling you, Ivor, it was all done purposely. Lgnd just wanted to get Qien's confidence up and then crush him.
Yeah, yeah, he just threw a couple easy points. Yeah, Death Punch with the bits. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Gear Busta with the fall. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah. Wow. So the disc didn't really do much. I mean, it just kind of came down to. Well,
oh, it did a lot. It forced Qien to switch into IFVs
that's right.
Grizzlies. It put him way behind on the tank numbers.
Yeah, you're right. The IFV switch, yeah. Qien could have... I mean, the allied player early game, Snark, they should just destroy this bridge. It's not like they need it. Just destroy it, you know? Cut off these options. I feel like in Blitz, like, why not? Like, maybe the pro players, maybe it's like an ego thing. Ego does snipe a flak, nice. But, like, as an allied player, I swear, destroy both bridges and just camp. Like, build a bunch of eagles. Don't you think that would work? Or, I don't know. It seems like it would.
Potentially, with some infantry and prison towers, it could be a very powerful tactic here. But these players, I suppose, they love their maneuverability. They love their options. They love keeping their options open. And that's exactly what these players are doing. A forward flat cannon from Qien, always great out of the Soviet players, so that the Rhinos don't have to run all the way back to get some air defense here.
Oh, careful, those Grizzlies. Nice. Lgnd, be careful, buddy. Careful.
Getting caught out of position a little bit. Not too much value there.
You gotta juice that hut, man. Gotta juice the hut.
Gotta juice the hut. And the sniper IV getting rid of all the fodder here. Qien pushing in here. Pillbox does come up. Is it enough to defend versus this huge army of Rhinos? What?
Dude, Lgnd doesn't even care. Dude, Legend's like, I'm up in the series. I finally don't have to win an allied point. That's called the Lgnd rollover. So Lgnd throws a point. I mean, Lgnd, whatever. He doesn't care. We're going to match point. Lgnd gets back to Soviet, and we are burning barns, Snark. We're doing it, boys. We're doing it. Lgnd, some way, somehow, bringing this to a match point. Officially burning barns here. It is best of 7. It all comes down to this. Winner goes on to the finals. Loser takes that sad walk home from the World Cup. And as always, guys, that quick reminder, redalert2.com. Come play. We got events every month for new and returning players. It's not just the pros around here. We got a nice group of players. You guys should come join the fun. redalert2.com. You can join the Discord, connect with the community. You can donate. You can check out the YouTube, check out the Twitch. We got merchandise. We got a comic book. We got it all. Tell your friends. Tell your family. The boom map. Man, this is just like old school simple. And look at that. The simultaneous sentry guns on the hill. Identical builds.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. The second. These guys are build for build identical right now. But.
Oh, dude. What is he doing with that Rhino? Okay, Qien. It looks
Lgnd,
like
I thought,
still pretty
what?
even.
And Lgnd just beats Qien at his own game. That is Qien's game in Blitz. You build right towards the center, you spam sentries, and you repair them faster than your opponent. That is what Qien does better than any other person. And Lgnd somehow just beat him at his own game. And Qien is now glitching. Qien doesn't understand what's happening. He's still trying to push the position. Qien, you're out of the position, dude. Shift. And now Lgnd has the higher ground. Qien's entire base is vulnerable now. Lgnd can shoot down from that cliff. Qien built into the zone because he wasn't worried. He always controls the middle zones. Lgnd has full control.
Oh my god, what a barn burner,
This
boys.
is not good for Qien.
This is devastating. The only person to ever out-Octo the
Wow.
Octo just arrived on stage, and he dropped the mic as he wins Qien at his own game. Like you said, Qien needs to switch it up right now. Think of a different strategy. Go later game. Not win the early sentry gun fight here.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And I will say, Qien did stop the bleeding. He was able to redraw the line in the sand, spam a few sentry guns, and keep Lgnd off that hill. I think Lgnd should keep dangling from the hill. That higher ground advantage, I don't know, maybe not, but it sure seems like once you gain the 50 up here, it seems like you should try to push over it. But Qien buys himself some time. Now Lgnd War Factory advantage. Now Qien matches even War Factories. I cannot believe base walk, sentry gun for sentry gun. Lgnd's, dude, that was perfectly prepped. He knew exactly what he was doing. Wow, that, yeah, I've never really something.
It felt choreographed.
Yeah.
The way those first two sentry guns came up precisely at the same split second.
And this can be annoying.
Absolutely insane.
This can be annoying. This can be annoying. Demo truck. Oh, it takes 3 dogs.
What kind of value can get? Yeah.
3 dogs. 3 dogs.
Not
Yeah. That's
not
3.
huge value there.
Yeah, not going to make too big of a difference, but yeah, I mean, Legend, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like still trying to catch myself up on that. And both these players still just building for building so even now. Both three war factories. See what we're doing on tank. Oh, that is not. Oh, unit counter is not working. Okay.
Qien with a great recovery so far, but yeah, Legend is still ahead, whether on tanks or whether on the build or whether with that one extra oil that Qien lost early on here. Bit of a fight in the center.
Big fodder advantage for Qien. Qien's dogs come
huge.
way out on top. Legend's got the money. Qien putting himself broke. Legend does have defensive money support here. Sentry guns and dogs will continue to pump. And Qien gets shot. Was Qien shooting the war factory? Was Qien?
Dude, I don't know exactly. I think a Rhino got hit there. Great take control to Qien, but at the end, Legend does come out on top with the reinforcements coming straight out of that war factory, joining the fight, forcing Qien back. Legend with not much damage done.
Wow. Yeah, but Qien's been putting himself broke, so Qien hasn't put himself broke. You will see that reflected in the Rhino numbers as Legend gets over to a six war factory and still has a little nest egg of money in the bank. Qien continuing to put himself broke a little bit. This just kind of comes down to perfectly walking those razor blades to not put yourself broke, maximize your production tank for tank, and now it's Legend's turn. Legend gonna try to take a bite here. Quite a few sentry guns, and again loses his fodder. Might want to pull back. Both players standing and gunning down. Punch for punch, and Qien gets a little strung out on the retreat there. And now where's Legend? Oh, wow, this is close.
Getting some value, but yeah, Legend still with the tank numbers and the war factories. He's just getting his army back up faster here.
Legend up now. Legend up. Qien now on 3K, so now it's Qien defending with money in the bank. Sentry guns out. Both these players have a lot of base to give. You know, you lose a couple war factories, you're still in the game, and this is an absolute slugfest. Both players getting in the ring and being like, hey, let's not block. Let's just punch each other in the face until someone dies. And that is exactly what you're seeing right now. Both players continue to fortify in the back end, and as these sentry guns increase, the defensive advantage increases, and it makes it that much more difficult. Demo truck on the top side. See if Legend can loop that around. I don't think. Oh, Qien does see it. Qien spies a couple of rhinos on it right away. And as this game develops, we may start seeing split action as this top level gets more gummed up. You may see these players split off. The bottom side looking pretty open right now. No one cares about my island. Unfortunately, that's okay. My feelings aren't hurt. Wow, Snark. Right now, who do you think? Who's taking it?
Oh, dude, I still feel like Legend's got just a slight advantage here, but not. Oh, it's a tough one, man. It is a tough one. These guys have been going at it, and it has been so close from that first choreographed sentry gun all the way to here. It is just crazy intense. Legend needs to retreat. Qien has the numbers.
Yeah,
here.
Legend needs to pull out.
Oh, dude.
3-6. 7-7. Legend has a war factory advantage. Qien has a big financial advantage. Qien now fodder advantage as well. And Legend's gonna go broke. And if you go broke while the enemy's in your base and you can't pump those dogs, you can't pump the sentry guns, things can go from bad to worse. Now Legend has the higher ground for a critical second there, but Legend not building dogs. Qien's dogs still coming in. Qien's reinforcements coming in. This could be the beginning of the end here. Legend not having the money to support his defensive efforts here. Legend finally calls GG's. Wow. Wow.
Absolutely insane series right there. I mean, starting off a strong 2-0 for Qien, then Legend winning 3 games in a row. Qien evens it out to 3-3. We go to the barn burner match point, and they go at it forever. Perfectly matched until finally the Octo Kid takes it home.
It's got to be one of the best Blitz matches we've ever seen. Certainly one of the closest. Legend coming out in that last point and not only matching Qien's sentry gun, but overwhelming Qien's sentry walk. And then war factory for war factory, tank for tank. And I love it was just back and forth. And as soon as Qien ended up in Legend's base and Legend didn't have the money, man, and it's like juggling chainsaws. Your economy, your dogs, your sentries, your rhinos. Yeah, huge props to Legend for hanging in there. Obviously props to Qien for winning as well. Wow. Oh.